This is the mutation Temple of Rebirth. This mutation takes place on Temple of the Past and has 3 mutators. Barrier, Just Die, and the Life Leech. I am playing Nova P2, Tactical Dispatcher. This prestige changes the cooldowns of the airstrike and the airlift and flips them so that you can use airlift every 30 seconds. Artanis, my friend, is playing P2, Nexus Legate. This gives the power field ability an energy cost of 25 in exchange for a teleporting effect that anybody in the power field will teleport to where the power field is put. This also has some compounding effects with his mastery, which gives a speed increase to any warped in units as the teleporting counts as warping in. As you can see, we're communicating over text because we were not in a VC for this, and our strategy is very simple. These are rocks. They are called rocks. 500 health, no armor. There are 3 of them, lining all 3 of the ground lanes. The premise of this map normally is that attack waves will spawn from down here-ish, go up the lane, and break the rocks. Due to the vision you have of the rocks, you can see what they are and plan accordingly to fight them, presumably up here. However, these rocks give vision. Now, Artanis is going to start opening the expansion. I'm going to get my base up as well. Our plan is to save all 3 of these rocks. That is our goal on this mutation.
Templar, prepare to intercept.
Now, I'm going to use the vision to make Marauders down here. The reason I want them to be Marauders is a couple. Less minerals. So I can not only put them down, but make 2 defense drones. And because Marauders only have 2 and not 4, unlike Marines. These Marauders cannot win this fight. These Adepts, for various reasons, all associating to these 3 mutators,
one hell of a healing device,
will win that fight unless Nova comes down, teleports over the rocks, and kills them with her shotgun. Now, as this is going on, Artanis is going to be opening up both of the expansions. Once my rocks are broken, I will put my base down. Meanwhile, Nova is going to be chilling out with these 2 Marauders and taking them out. Now, you can see why these combination of mutators are particularly nasty. Barrier gives a shield upon taking damage for the first time. A workaround for a lot of compositions that you can do is one-hitting the enemy. If they die in one hit, Barrier has no time to be in effect. Just Die brings back the enemy if they get killed for, one-time use. That will then compound with Barrier, giving them that effect. Life Leech lets them heal if they deal any damage. Barrier gives them a chance to deal damage. This just compounds. Now, something to notice, Artanis, Solar Bombarding. His side base, we're not going to have any attack waves in this side for a bit. Nova's also going to be harassing the back base as well, but not to an extent to which that it compromises our ability to deal with the enemy coming at us. Now, the reason that we want to take care of these bases is because our goal is to save these rocks. These back bases are going to be producing various combat units and these probes that will go through and line the section with defenses. By breaking these back bases, we eliminate these probes and we eliminate these gateways and what have you that make units. Doing so prevents the enemy from making random spittle that will go across and inevitably break the rocks. Barring leaving a defense here permanently, this is the only way to save them. Now, in the course of doing this, various attack waves are going to spawn on me. Because it's early on and we're not getting any of the scary composition of Reavers and Disruptors yet, which are the bane of ground compositions. Like, we're going to do fine. We want to get rid of this Nexus as fast as possible because, again, no probes. This Thrasher is going to spawn, but it is more important to get rid of this ground base. Artanis is just going to start chilling. He's setting up his Nexus. I'm also setting up my command center. Getting various upgrades as they see fit. I'm just going to get more units to take care of this Thrasher. And as you can see, Just Die applies to the Thrasher as well. So all Thrashers throughout the game are going to be required to be killed twice.
The Void Thrasher has been destroyed.
Everyone in the ship, go, go, go!
Nova's going to teleport over here, and we're going to have this big Immortal Wave, which I believe Nova could do on her own, but Artanis teleports in to help clear it out faster, and also, on the side, help clear out the cannons for the back base on this top side. Now, because he has better stuff to do, he's going to, upon help clearing out that section, get back to his pylon zone. And then the hybrid waves on both sides are going to spawn. I put down a shade and then nuke the spot that the shade is in to get rid of at least one Just Die for the majority of them. I snipe out the rest of them, deal with the Nexus, and then he has his attack wave. Now the sentries are just sort of like boxing themselves in. The bombarding will deal a sizable chunk, and he will get rid of his hybrid in due time. Nova, because she has nothing better to do, will take care of the bonus on the top. Artanis is going to have to deal with another attack wave in the meanwhile.
Upgrade complete.
Since he has a solar bombardment, he might as well use it. The solar bombardment takes care of a lot of the enemy. It's a very effective call down. He clears it out. Nova takes care of the bonus on that side. Make sure all of his units are in the warp zone. And he is preparing to teleport them. Now, as you may notice, because of the masteries, this top little halo thing is an indicator that they have the speed increase from being warped in. As we go down here, Nova's going to be teleporting all of the units, and Artanis will also. All of the units now have that because that's how the mastery works.
I return to serve.
Now this attack wave is two-pronged. We have like the regular attack wave and then a hybrid wave.
Servants walk amongst us.
Now Artanis Guardian Shell kicking in for Nova. She greatly appreciates having a lifesaver.
Preparations are proceeding as planned. Stay strong in your defense.
Now since we've reached that point, we have Nova playing siege tanks. Siege tank spider mines are going to be lining the various lanes. Now because she put down the spider mines enough, she's now composing herself to teleport over here to deal with the Void Thrasher that will spawn. Artanis, being scrupulous, is spawns his units to deal with the attack wave in the back, while Nova deals with the Thrasher directly. The attack wave is nothing to a giant pile of speed increased Zealots. Some Raven heals for the army, which aren't too important. And the siege tanks will put down some spider mines to help in the later section. Now these spider mines aren't as efficient as they could be, and we'll get into that later. Inhumane. Now the next couple attack waves, playing without any knowledge of how the game's going to progress, it could be either some spawns or a full-out attack wave from up here flying down. What happens to be the case is a couple warp-in spawns, which, composed to an army of this size, just sort of chilling out, there is no competition. The next thing you have to look out for is a Void Thrasher, but this Void Thrasher is not going to have an army to back it up. So a simple teleport in does not require Artanis to back him up. And so Artanis is just going to remain chilling here, which he wants to do because this power field costs 25 energy and he doesn't have an infinite amount of that. Now Nova setting up more spider mines. These are going to chip out the armies a bit, but not more than you'd want.
We are detecting hybrid. Ready yourselves. Amon has let loose
The next big attack wave will be this one. Nova's going to teleport in, and then Artanis is going to back her up eventually. He's just sort of gauging how this fight's going to go before he dedicates any energy to the combat encounter.
Nuclear warhead armed and ready. Seems like we could use a defensive
Guardian Shell kicking in. Nova very appreciates having temporarily immortal units. Artanis teleports down, utilizing the vision that the spider mines
Everyone in
give.
the ship. Go,
And
go,
now
go.
we have sort of an issue with the spider mines, is that this observer is giving the enemy vision of the spider mines, and they're using their range to knock them out. Now both sides sort of really benefit from these spider mines to a bit, but if they were to be placed in their spawn, it would have done a lot more. Regardless, both sides clear out of the enemy. He uses the warp to move slightly so he can have the speed increase. Nova finishes her side, and since he has time to kill, he's going to break the bonus.
Only one of the unstable Zenith stones remains.
So this is the first time we ever got this far into the match. In the Protect Rocks challenge, if you fail early on, you fail early on.
The temple is under siege from a Void Thrasher.
Now this composition, the possible options on this map is either you get warp-ins here, and then here, and then here again, or you get a spare Void Thrasher. We got the spare Void Thrasher, so I teleport in, and he teleports in front of me. Also, never do this. Don't do that. This guy boomed Nova because I thought he would target the shade, and he didn't. Also, I missed here because I suck. And it doesn't really matter because this hybrid nemesis from this attack wave doesn't seem to have proper
Bringing a
like
defensive drone online.
AI. I don't know what it's about, but it doesn't. Nova gets resummoned here to do some minor chip,
Avoid Thrasher's death.
but ultimately Artanis has to teleport in to deal with the rest of the top attack wave.
Everyone in the ship. Go, go, go!
Now the next
Seems like
few
we could use
attack
a
waves
defensive
are
drone.
going to be on
Ready
these
for combat.
sides. Once this attack wave's done, he is going to teleport over because I tell him to, because we both know that we have to deal with a couple more Thrashers and some nasty hybrids. If you look at our armies, we're both pretty much going to be capped.
Preparations are nearly complete, commanders. Defend the temple for just a few more moments.
Now, unlike
strong.
like
The light
me,
of dawn
I'm a
shall
tier 2 and I forget to get tier 3. He is fully upgraded.
Thrashers are besieging
This
the temple.
Thrasher spawns, and like because I put a ton of spider mines in this section, just immediately take him to low health. However, because I didn't put the spider mines in their spawn, the adepts and the immortals were able to shoot them out without really any issue. Both sides deal with their Thrashers and units pretty effectively. If we look at their army comps, we're effectively both at max. And it's at this point just a waiting game. He moves some of his army down here for later because he's going to solar bombard the
Forces
bottom.
are under attack. Hybrid signature detected.
Something that the convenience that these spider mines do is target down the disruptors, which is a big problem for Nova that she deals with. Artanis is casually taking out all of the hybrid first. Meanwhile, Nova is having a bit of an issue taking out the air hybrid, but ultimately deals with it. At this point, we have one last attack wave, a three-pronged attack from all three sides.
Our allies are being attacked.
Now he sees this attack wave, so he solar bombards it immediately. We both take out our sides with relative ease. Guardian Shell helps a lot. However, he can't take out all of it. So he specifically tells me to Griffin, thinking that I don't notice that. I Griffin over. And something that should be noted is he is now out of energy. He does not have enough to do the teleport anymore.
Defensive drone
So Nova Griffing is absolutely necessary to save the rock. And that was the last attack wave. Because we have 30 seconds left on the board, we can just sort of walk over to the bonus and take it out. Because he has enough energy, he warps in, and the bonus goes down. And
Zenith stones are
if we
noble,
check,
and their volatile
all
energies
of
have
the
been
rocks are alive
To all enemies
with
of the
maximum health. The temple took a little damage from the opening,
The temple
and
ready
that
for
is
activation.
GG.
Well